Hi, Shy Missus. Hey, Christina. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Purpose Filled Mondays. Hey, Dan. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. How are you all doing? It's going to be a good one. Yes. Hi, Daniel. So you all, I'm glad that you're here. Everybody's here on time for Purpose-Filled Mondays. So we're gonna get ready to jump into the scope. Yes, this is Sarah from Trinidad. Hey, Brittany. How is everybody doing? Are you all excited to learn how to build your own luxury aircraft? Hey, Carlton. How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the information. This is Sarah from Trinidad, and also known as You Got Your Toolbox Out. Yay, we're ready to roll. Also known as a Giant Slayer. And I'm here today to talk to you about building your own luxury aircraft. I'm sure by the title of the scope, you guys were probably like, where is this scope gonna go? But I'm gonna encourage you to buckle up, sit, and enjoy the ride. It's gonna be a good one this evening. So I'm just a simple girl in a complex world, here to give you a message. I'm writing diaries of purpose, and I'm using creative ways to inspire, activate, and actuate each of us into purpose. Yes, it's going to be on point as well. So let's go. Let's get ready. So this is inside my luxury aircraft. Do I have any ooze? Oh, I wanted to give you all some directions for the scope. The rules of the scope is that you must invite your followers. You must tweet. You must give feedback. If anything that I say tonight relates to you or you feel what I'm saying, you can say ouch. If it's painful. If it's good, you can say mm-hmm. So if it's painful, you say ouch. If it's good, you say mm-hmm. So this is inside a luxury aircraft. Looks good, right? Yes. And this is how we look when we're taking off in flight. Can somebody say ah? I'm seeing some mm-hms. But wait, what happened here? This is how some of us look. We want to get that luxury aircraft, but we don't know how to begin. We haven't a clue as to what to do. We have all the tools, we have all the nuts, we have all the boats, but we don't know what to do. Yeah, that's an ouch, Dan. So let's see. Let's jump into this. How are we gonna build this luxury aircraft? So first of all, we need to learn to extract and refine bauxite. Let me turn this camera around so you guys can see me. Hi everybody. Just give me a second to turn this around. Right, there we go. So you guys can see me now. So we're ready to build this luxury aircraft. So in order for us to build this aircraft, first of all, we gotta learn to extract bauxite. Bauxite? We gotta learn to extract bauxite, which is purified, and then we get a white powder, which makes aluminum. Now aluminum, it hardens the outside surface of the aircraft so that it is able to take off at high altitudes. So our first step is that we got to refine bauxite and we got to get aluminum. Now second, we got to design and build our own engine. We have to build the auxiliary parts. We have to get seating. We have to get overhead bulkheads. We have to tan leather. We have to get a design of carpets. We have to get lights. We have to get speakers. We have to get microphones. And we have to assemble all these parts, acquire aviation skills, and then we're ready to take off. Sounds confusing, right? Exactly. Let's stop right there. Let's get real. Yes, we can accomplish anything that we want to in life. But the truth is, it takes time, it takes skills, it takes guidance, and it takes training. It takes even the help of other engineers to build this luxury aircraft. So are you ready to build the aircraft of your life? Nobody is going to build this aircraft for you and just hand you the keys. I know we would like to believe that it's easy as somebody else can help us on the way to purpose and just hand us the keys to the aircraft and we take off. But it's not as simple as this. We have to be activated. We have to be hungry. The first thing we have to do is do what is required to get to our purpose. Now you ask, what is required? Now the first thing I said was aluminum. Now aluminum is made of a hard substance that could take off and could sustain the conditions when we are about to take flight. Now there are some situations in our life that cause us to go through this refining process, that cause us to come like aluminum, that causes us to become firm. Now we do not like pain, and I hope you understand that my challenge here today is to encourage you to push past pain and to passionately pursue your God-given purpose. The only place where you can receive your true provision is in purpose. Now many of us are not receiving this purpose, or we are not living our true provision and potential because we are earthbound. We have lived on earth for so long that we think this is all there is to life. I remember the day that I woke up and I said to myself, there must be more to life than this. We must have an aha moment when we say there must be life to this, there must be more to life than this routine that we go through daily. There must be more to life than what is my present reality. You see, in Jeremiah 1:5, it says that before I formed thee, I knew thee, and I called thee, and I put a purpose in thee. God had called Jeremiah as a prophet even before he placed him in his mother's womb. God has called you to some place of purpose. He has called me to some place of purpose. But what we need to do is to come into contact with something to activate this purpose. We need to become like aluminum. Yes, we go through some hard situations, and I'm telling you that these situations can only push you to pursue purpose, to bring out that aluminum quality within you so that you can sustain the flight ahead. Now it takes a connection to realize this purpose. It takes a complete surrendering. It takes a surrendered heart committed to God to be able to tap in and to come into contact with that true purpose. I remember there was a time where I too was confused about what I was placed in this earth for, on this earth for. And it was only when I went before God in prayer and I submitted to Him that He truly began to reveal unto me what this true purpose was. He called me Giant Slayer. He said that you would be able to slay giants, and through slaying giants you would teach others how to do this, how to do the same. So I'm here tonight to teach you how you can slay this giant of fear, how you can slay the giant of hurt, how you can slay the giants of pain, and how you can live in your true divine purpose. Now the first thing you gotta do is you gotta write it down. You gotta write down the things that God brings to you and that He reveals to you. Now I want to challenge you. This may seem a little bit strange, but I want to challenge you to write down all the pain points in your life. You're like, pain points? Oftentimes people tell us to write down what we want to see, write down the good things, write down our vision, write down where we want to see ourselves in 2016. But I want to tell you, first thing you got to do to reach this place is to write down your pain points. Now, from your pain points, you would realize that God is using these very situations to prune you and to bring out that aluminum quality for you to be able to propel this luxury aircraft. He is going to prune you so much so through these pain points that He will get the glory through it, and you would begin to live your purpose. Let me explain what I mean. Now, you may not know it or you may not believe it, but I am naturally an introverted person. And I wanted, my ideal job would have been with a computer, sitting behind a desk, punching numbers, not interacting with individuals. That would have been my ideal job. But let me tell you how God has a sense of humor. The first job that He placed me in was an customer service oriented job where I was in frontline customer service, where I had to interact with people, which was very foreign to me. Now, if you're an introvert, you would understand how much of a stretch this was for me, somebody who wants to be in the background. Yes, you can't believe it. Yes, I am an introvert. So He pushed me to a limit where, okay, you want to be an introvert, but I have placed this burning purpose within you so that you would be a beacon to guide others to search within themselves to realize their true purpose. So He put me in positions time after time after time. Hi, Vanessa. Time after time after time, where I would have to interact with people. And I would tell you that this was my aluminum point. This was my pruning point. And all the things that you go through that cause you pain are the nuts and the bolts and the engine that will propel your aircraft. These are the things that you need to put together so that you would be able to soar to that place of purpose. So first, I want to admonish you to do what is required. Write down every pain point, every situation in your life that has caused you pain, because God is going to use that pain for His purpose. Now, secondly, you need to discover what is your true passion. What brings you joy and excitement? So I don't know if you could tell. I told you a while ago that I was an introvert, but you would never be able to tell by how I'm talking to you on this scope, because this is my passion. Sharing is my passion. Motivating you to push past your pain and to live in an element of purpose. Yes, extroverted now, that's for sure. This is what is my passion. Now your passion will cause this fuel to come upon you. Remember, we're talking about a luxury aircraft. So that is the second ingredient that you need to live in your purpose. You need that passion, which will be the fuel and the drive for your aircraft. You need to figure out what brings you ultimate contentment. You need to picture what gives you great joy. And this is also a clue for your purpose, for your place of purpose. Now remember, in building an aircraft, there are lots of components. There are nuts, there are bolts, there are aluminum, there's the wing, there's the engine, there's the insides, there's the seats. Everything that you are going through right now in your life is something that will be used in carrying out your purpose. Every situation, every pain point, everything that you feel is too heavy for you to bear. Let me tell you and let me encourage you today that this is going to take you to your place of purpose. You know, when I began to turn over all these things to God and to say, God, truly use all these experiences for your honor and for your glory, this is where I was able to tap into that element of purpose. And this is where Purpose Diaries was birthed. Now, I had some help along the way. Now, of course, we are not all engineers. We all don't know what it takes to build an aircraft. And remember, we are talking about the luxury aircraft of your life, the aircraft of purpose. We don't all know what it takes to get to that place. But we're all on a constant journey seeking that place of purpose. Now, one of the books I want to recommend to you today, it's called Now Discover Your Strengths. Because the third thing you would need to do, apart from writing your pain points, discovering your passion, you also need to identify your strengths. Now, some of us, we are able to come up with these strengths at the drop of a hat, but there are others that we need some help. So this book, Now Discover Your Strengths, which also has a test included, it will be able to give you a sense of what your true strengths are, and you can only in your place of purpose is where your greatest strengths are executed. So firstly, I told you you need to discover your pain points. Secondly, I told you you need to find your true passion. Thirdly, you need to identify your strengths. Fourthly, let me tell you, you are the MVP of your life. You are the most valuable player. You are the engineer. You are the one that has to seek out all the opportunities and everything that God has placed for you to develop and to walk into that purpose. Now, MVP, we must have a mission, we must have a vision, and we must have a purpose. That's how we get the MVP of our lives. We must have a mission, we must have a vision, and we must have a purpose. And my purpose here today through this scope is to push you to pursue that God-given purpose. That thing that God has placed you on this earth to do from the foundation of the earth. Now, I heard my brother Luke Kwamina say this, a mission, a vision, and a purpose. That's right. And that's the MVP of your life. And he said, some people's lives finish while other people's lives end. And I was baffled at this statement. And he was saying when Jesus was on the cross, he said, it is finished. And Jesus said, it is finished because he had accomplished that which he was placed on this earth to do. Now, I want to ask you a question. Will you be able to say that your life has finished, or will your life just end? If your life ends, it means that you have not accomplished what you have been placed on this earth to do. Somebody is waiting for you to get to that place of purpose so that they can get to that place of purpose. And the more we continue to be consumed by fear, the more we continue to be passive, the more we continue to not be in tune with our purpose, is the more we are holding somebody back from reaching their true divine calling. I don't know about you, but I want to say at the end of my life, when I meet my master face to face, that it is finished, that I accomplished what he sent me on this earth to do, that I was able to help you to conquer the giants in your life. They may be giants of fear. They may be giants of confusion. They may be giants of thinking that you are not good enough. They may even be giants of thinking that you are worthless and you don't have a true purpose. You are confused about why God has placed you on this earth. But I want to challenge you on this scope tonight to tap into that place, to truly have a surrendered will to God. And I tell you, he will reveal that which he has purposed you to do. Now, an aircraft flies at an high altitude because it makes it easier for it to glide in the air. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying today. We are to build the aircraft of our lives together with Christ as our engineer. He is the source of our resources. So we have to build this aircraft. It's time for us to stop being earthbound, but it's time for us to soar. Only when we soar into that place of purpose will we be able to glide effortlessly. You see, an aircraft is pressurized on the inside, which means that whatever is on the inside preserves what's on the outside. That's the reason why the air inside of the aircraft is pressurized. What is the level of your pressure? What is the level of your internal content? Is the internal content of your life able to carry you when you build this luxury aircraft and when you soar onto high altitudes and to higher heights? Now you have to be submitted to prayer, submitted to God, to his leading, so that your internal content will be able to preserve your external, will be able to preserve that which, hey, how are you? That which is on the outside. You need to be pressurized by his word. You need to be pressurized in prayer so that you would be able to sustain when you begin to fly at high altitudes. Is this good or is this good? So I told you, let's recap. In order for us to build this luxury aircraft, number one, what I want you to do is to write down your pain points. Because only when you tap into that place of pain, God is going to use that pain to push you into purpose. Number two, discover your passion. Only when you begin to operate in your true passion, that provision will meet you there. Now, number three, discover your strengths. You need to be operating in that area where you are strong. So when you begin to write down all these things, you are building your luxury aircraft. I want you to begin to press. I want you to do like the woman with the issue of blood. She had this disease and she was determined that was her day to meet with healing. Today is your day to meet with purpose. Today is your day to meet with destiny. So I admonish you to activate and actuate that purpose and begin to walk into that which God has called you from the foundations of the earth. He has called many of you to be mighty business owners. He has called many of you to be coaches and speakers. He has called some of you, oh God, to be great with finances. He has called some of you to be mighty in the earth, and he has called all of us to a kingdom purpose. So I am Sarah the Giant Slayer, and I'm here to encourage you to push past every pain that surrounds you. Pain is a sensation, and you could control that sensation. You can push past that pain, and you can passionately pursue your purpose. I am Sarah the Giant Slayer. Thank you guys for joining me on this scope, and follow Purpose Diaries for purpose-filled Mondays. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.